Hi everyone, this is Dr. U. Priya from Department of Commerce, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM University, Katankolattur. Today, this session we are going to discuss about what are the factors which are influencing the entrepreneurship.
So the majorly it is divided into three categories, that is economic, social, and psychological factors. So the economic factors and the economic environment exercises the most direct and immediate influence on entrepreneurship. This is likely because people become entrepreneur due to necessity when there are no other jobs or because of opportunity. So the factors, the economic factors that affect the growth of entrepreneurship, they are the first one, it is a capital. It is the most important factors of production for establishment of an enterprises. So it increases in a capital investment in viable projects results in increases in profits, which help the accelerating the process of capital formation. So the as entrepreneurship activity to gets a boost were the easy availability of funds for the investment. Then the second one, it is a labor. So easy availability of right type of workers also affect the entrepreneurship. The quality is rather than quantity of labor influences the emergence and growth of entrepreneurship. The problem of labor is immobility. It can be solved by providing infrastructural facilities, including the efficient transportation. The quality rather quantity of labor is another factor which influence the emergence of entrepreneurship. Then the most less developed countries or labor rich nations owing to a dense and even increasing populations. But entrepreneurship is encouraged as there is a mobile and flexible labor forces. Third one, it is a raw material. So the necessity of raw material hardly needs any emphasis for establishing any industrial activity and its influences in the emergence of entrepreneurship. Then the fourth one, it is a market. So the role and importance of market and marketing is very, very important for the growth of entrepreneurship. In modern competitive world, there are no entrepreneur can think of surviving in the absence of latest knowledge about market and various marketing techniques. The last one, it is infrastructure. The expansion of entrepreneurship presupposes properly developed the communication and transportation facilities. It is not only helps to enlarge the market, but expand the horizons of business too. At the next level, it is a social factor, second one. So this factor can go a long way in encouraging the entrepreneurship. In fact, it was a highly helpful society that made the industrial revolution a glorious success. Okay. So what are the main components of social entrepreneur means? The first one, it is a caste factor. So there are certain cultural practices and values in every society which influence the actions of individuals. Then the second one, the family background. So these factors also include size of the family, type of family, and economic status of the family. Okay. So the background of the family in manufacturing provided a source of industrial entrepreneurship. The occupational and social status of the family influence the mobility. So there are certain circumstances where very few people would have to be venturesome. And the third one, it is an education. Education which enables one to understand the outside world and equips him with the basic knowledge and skills to deal with the day-to-day problems. In any society, the system of education has a significant role playing and inculcating the entrepreneurial values. And the next one, attitude of the society. Related aspects of the to these is the attitude of the society towards the entrepreneurship. Certain societies they can encourage innovations and novelties, and thus approve entrepreneurs' actions and rewards like the profits. And the fifth one, it is a cultural value. So it motivates implement to action. That is, the entrepreneurial growth requires proper motives like a profit making, acquisition of prestige, and attainment of social status. Okay. At the third level, that is the third factor is psychological factors. So many entrepreneurial theorists has propounded theories of entrepreneurship that concentrate especially upon the psychological factors. The first one, it is a need achievement. The most important psychological theory of entrepreneurship was put forward in the early years of 1960s. Okay, so the theory they are telling that this need, what is their need? Based upon that, we have to be give the full products, full things. Then only they can easily to purchase ourselves. In the second one, it is a withdrawal of status. There are several other researchers who have tried to understand the psychological roots of entrepreneurship. One such individual, that is the psychological consequences of social changes, he has to be identified. There are four types of events will be there. One is the group may be displaced by force. It may have it valued symbols denigrated, and it may drift into the situations of status inconsistency, and I'm not to be accepted the expected status on migrations in a new society. And the third one, it is a motives. So other psychological theory, that is apart from this motives or goals of the entrepreneur, it is giving and stress to them. Okay. So the goal is or the opinion that besides wealth, entrepreneur seeks power, prestige, security, service to society, everything should be comes under here. So it is one of the background it will be pulling for them. And the another one, it is the other factors. So the other factor means the psychological consideration have 5 dimensions. First one is need achievement, where a little bit we are discussed. That is successful entrepreneur has a high achievement orientation invariably present. The second one, it is a locus of control. This means that the entrepreneur follows the ideas. The entrepreneur The second dimension, it is a locus of control. This means that the entrepreneur follows the idea that he can control his own life and it is not influenced by other factors like fate, that and all. Third dimension, it is a willingness to take risk. There is two researchers has to come for the conclusion, especially for the moderate of the risk and earn higher returns. And if we are not taking any risk, normal, if we are not taking any risk, we will be getting a little lower one. So these kinds will be comes under here. Then the next one, the women entrepreneur. The Government of India 1984 defined the women entrepreneur as an enterprise is owned by the controlled by a woman who is having a minimum financial interest of 51 percentage of the capital and giving at least 51 percentage of the employment generated to the enterprises to the women. Okay, so this women entrepreneurs, that is a women or a group of women who initiate or organize and run a business as themselves. That is a own. What are the qualities of an entrepreneur? 9 qualities. Accept the challenges. He has to be face the challenges. Ambitious, hardworking, patience, motivator, adventurous, conscious, educated, and intelligent. These are the major things which it is needed for that. So these are the problems of women entrepreneurs they are facing in the life. The first one, financial constraints. So this is finance is a lifeblood of every business, we know very well. So long-term and short-term funds are required for the business, but it is very difficult to the women entrepreneurs. The bankers also consider women as less credit worthy and discourage women borrowers on the belief that they can at any time leave their business and become housewives again, like that. And the second one, over independence of intermediaries. So the women has to be depend largely on intermediaries for the distribution of their products. That is another problems for us. Another one, it is a state competition. So that is for the products from the organized industries and male entrepreneurs will be there. So they do not have organizational setups to spend a lot of money for canvassing and advertisement and all. Another one, scarcity of raw material. It is yet another important problem faced by the women entrepreneurs. The price of raw material is very high, and the women entrepreneurs usually get the raw materials at the minimum discount. They are expecting. Then the next one, it is high cost of production. It is another problem. The government grants and subsidies help them tide over this difficulty, but these grants and subsidies are available only at the initial stages of its setting up. For expansion and diversification activities, this assistance will be negligible. And the sixth one, it is a limited mobility. So women mobility in India highly limited due to various reasons. Physically, they are not fit enough to travel a lot. Women running an enterprises independently and alone is often looked upon with this suspicion. Another one, family ties. We know very well. This is a family responsibilities also hinder the development of the women entrepreneurship. Especially in India, it is mainly a woman duty to look after the children and other members of the family. A man plays a secondary role in these matters. Next one, lack of education also. In India, around 60 percentage of women are still illiterate. Illiteracy is a root cause of socio-economic problem due to lack of education. Women are ignorant of business technology and the market also. And the next one, social attitudes. This is one of the most important stumbling block in the path of a women entrepreneurship. This continuations provides equality for both men and women, but there is widespread discriminations against the women. Male dominated society, we know very well. Low need for achievement, and these are the major problems faced by the women entrepreneurs. Next one, solution to the problems of women entrepreneurs. So how they can solve these problems? Separate finance divisions, it is needed for them. And these cases, it can provide the finance at concessional rate to the women entrepreneurs. They can do the other works easily. Then the second one, supply of raw material. We have to be given priority to the women entrepreneurs, and we have to be controlled the scarce of raw material also. So the government must make adequate steps to supply the raw material at the minimum price to the women, especially for the women entrepreneurs, and cooperate women marketing society. So in order to overcome this difficulty, we can start that cooperative societies. Okay. Then the next one, education and social changes. It is necessary to make people aware of entrepreneurship development, various products, their marketing, facilities, competitions, etc. will be there. So the negative attitude of the society towards women should be changed. Then the training. So the entrepreneurs are not born but made. By giving proper training, we can develop the inborn talents of an individual and make him an entrepreneur. Family background. So elders, particularly mothers, should be aware of the potential of girls and their role in the society. The parents in the initial stage and the husbands in the later stages should support women for doing the entrepreneurial activities successfully. Support from the society, necessary steps to be taken to make the society aware of the role of women in its economic and social development. And the last, support from the government. Both central and state government should give some priority to women entrepreneurs for starting a new venture. The government must give infrastructural facilities, raw material, tax exemptions, and concessions to them. So the government, they can also give special grants and subsidies to